So let's get into the games this weekend. We've got 2 games this Saturday, 3 Sunday, 1 Monday night. Unfortunately, I think the Monday night one's going to be a stinker, but we'll start with this Saturday. So Saturday, we've got Cleveland at Houston going off at 4:30. Before we get into any of the lines, I've got to say that this is a perfect weekend for you to take advantage, for anyone to take advantage of the BettorOff app, because the line movement has been crazy volatile all week, up and down. So you're going to want to make sure that you're getting that half point in your favor. This Cleveland and Houston game was no different. I've got Cleveland started at -2.5, over under at 44.5. Lines moved to Cleveland -2. We've got Flacco versus Stroud. It's a bit of a conflicting gambling faux pas here. You always have the vet versus the rookie. Who you go with? You go with the vet. You go with the experience, which would lean to Flacco. But at the same time, you can't bet against that home dog, which is exactly what Houston is this week, right? So where are you going to go? You're going to go with the wily vet. You're going to go with the home dog. They got the better. Cleveland got the better of Houston in week 16, but Stroud wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Flacco
So,
resurgence.
I mean, how do you bet against a quarterback who comes out of quarterback U, the powerhouse that is the University of Delaware? I
Go
mean,
Blue
Joe
Hens.
Flacco had the greatest postseason for a quarterback in history. Beats Brady, beats Manning, beats Joe Montana. The year they won the Super Bowl in New Orleans against his brother, against Jim Harbaugh and the then Colin Kaepernick led 49ers.
Yeah.
I think Flacco threw 18 touchdowns and no picks over the course of that playoffs.
Well, that won't be
Um,
true this year with his
the
interceptions.
man, right? The man is, he's battle tested. Um, I I'm taking the Browns and the under. Um, it's a big spotlight game, and not that CJ Stroud hasn't played in big spotlight games. I mean, this is the thing with these kids who come out of factories like the Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan. They've played in big games. If you play at Ohio State or Michigan, your home crowds in college are way bigger than your home crowds in the
Oh, yeah.
pros. So I don't think that CJ Stroud is afraid of this. Um, I just look at the weapons and the defense. Cleveland's defense is frightening.
Yeah.
And Amari Cooper is looking like the Amari Cooper of Dallas, before he ended up in Oakland. Or was it the other way around? Was he in Oakland first and then went to Dallas? The original Amari Cooper, anyway.
Oakland to
Um,
Dallas. I think he was wildly more productive in either city than he was the first half of this season before Flacco started taking the snaps.
Yeah. And I mean, I root for Joe Flacco. Everyone roots for Joe Flacco. He came off the couch, and really, like, just it's it's still so hard for me to root for Cleveland because the ownership gave Deshaun Watson money, and Deshaun Watson is just a scumbag.
Yeah, you got
Um,
blasted.
like the fact that it's a dumb contract that they gave him $250 million guaranteed. I mean, I'm a Mets fan and a Giants fan. I know about dumb contracts.
And like to
But
think they could have had Joe.
yeah,
Joe
and it's just
Thursday.
like how do you let that guy represent you? But I like your Dalton Schultz over 3.5. I think CJ is going to be all over some
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz if he can stay on the field.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on Cleveland -2. I like Flacco, which worries me. I think a lot of people are on Cleveland. I think people are on that defense. But this season, when CJ Stroud has played elite defenses, he has struggled. Um, so I'm going to look for the rookie to have a little bit of a rocky game here. It doesn't mean he won't get his yards, but I like the Cleveland defense to get after him. So I'm going to take Cleveland -2, and then I've got a few props. I got to live up to my name a little bit. So I love Devin Singletary over 16.5 carries. Dalton Schultz over 3.5 receptions. Will Anderson Jr., keep it on the Texans for a minute. Over a quarter of a sack, getting plus money. He's going up against a first-time starter rookie this week, and he's the Houston's second leading sack getter this year. So I'm all over Will Anderson Jr. to get a sack. Only needs a half a sack to cash in on that plus 122. And then to your point, Amari Cooper, you got to trust a vet to throw to a vet, right? If it's not broken, don't fix it. So we're gonna go Amari Cooper over 5.5 receptions. Also
I like
getting
Amari
plus
all the
money.
way up. I like Amari all the way up to 7. I think he gets 7 easy.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, he's. I'm blanking on which game it was, but he's had 7, 5, and 11. I think his
Yeah.
last
The
3 games,
11 was the
like
week that
that.
I got knocked out of the freaking fantasy playoffs in the semifinals by the or the was it the finals, semifinals, because Amari Cooper put up 57. It was like Tyreek Hill exploded in Cleveland. Pissed me
Yeah,
off.
yeah.